I would just like to share the disclaimer slide really quickly. So if you can just take a peek at that, read it over. Of course, if you have any questions, come off of mute, drop it in the chat below. Excellent. Thank you so much for your patience on that. Welcome, everyone. My name is Melissa, and tonight I'll be guiding you through Kripalu All Levels Yoga. We will practice together for 45 minutes. So props that you'll need, you'll want to have a yoga mat. I really like having a block and a blanket close by. So if you have those, that's great. If not, you can just kind of work around that through the practice tonight. And remember to listen to your body. So not every pose and stretch works for every person. So if something's just not working for you, know that you can always skip it, modify, come on out, and just meet us in the next pose. So let's start in a little standing centering today. So I was thinking we'll just make our way to the top of our yoga mat. And as you start here, just drawing your feet right in line with your hips. We just don't want our feet super close together and really far away. So just try to line up your feet right in line with your hips. And we'll gently release our shoulders here. So take a breath in, draw your shoulders up, back, and down. Full breath in. Let's take those shoulders up, back, and down. And then one more time. Inhale, up, back, and down. Great. Let's relax those shoulders down. Take a moment to close the eyes. Try to feel really grounded in your feet. And maybe lifting your 10 toes from the mat and slowly placing the toes down just one at a time, trying to feel that really strong grounded sensation and connection in your feet. Maybe adding a gentle bend into the knees, a slight tuck to your tailbone, and then lengthen your spine. Try to lengthen the back of your neck. Reach and stretch through the crown of the head. And then dropping in, we'll connect to the rise and the fall of the breath for a moment. Lengthening as you inhale and lengthening as you exhale. Creating a little bit of movement with the hands as you breathe. So let's start with our palms facing up. We will breathe into our stomach, ribs, and chest. Let your palms face down, and then we'll release from our chest, ribs, and the stomach. Palms face up. Let's breathe stomach, ribs, and chest. And then exhale, chest, ribs, and stomach. And then moving with the breath here for a moment. Lengthening as you inhale, lengthening as you exhale. So focusing on the breath is one of the fastest and easiest ways of helping us drop into the present moment. And then also linking this breath and movement is also a really wonderful way of helping us drop into the moment as well. Bringing your hands together at the heart space. Let's take a moment here to pause and set an intention for your practice. So intention could be anything. Maybe you want to create a time for a little self-care this evening to really focus on yourself. It could also be that you want to push yourself, try to get the best stretch out of each pose. So there's really no right and no wrong intention. It's kind of your own little personal goal. Let's take those hands to the sky as you inhale. Fingers will interlock and press your palms right on up to the sky. So we'll just take that nice deep full breath in here. And drawing your hands off to the right and off to the left. We'll just do a little bit of a wiggle here in the waist, side to side. You're grounded through both of your feet. So try to press through the inside and the outside of each foot. Give yourself a moment to pause. Release your hands off towards the left. And then roll that left shoulder under, right shoulder open, and feel that the heart is shining up to the sky. Come back to center. Let's lengthen here, release off towards the right. And we're just going to try to imagine that you could create some space in between the ribs. So just breathing in deeply, expanding the lungs and expanding the ribs. Bring yourself back to center. So we'll take a nice neutral spine. Release your hands behind your body. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch. We'll try Yoga Mudra. This is a really nice stretch for your shoulders. So maybe imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. You can also draw those palms together. Stand up here. Option to fold down if you'd like. You can come down into a devotional forward fold. And then try to relax the fronts of your shoulders and just noticing if that helps you move deeper into your shoulder stretch. Bring your hands onto your low back. Bring your hands down to the mat. Let's come into a forward fold here and then shake it all in your forward fold. So it may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee, and then maybe relax your head yes and no. So we'll just create a little bit of a gentle organic movement to warm the body up for the yoga practice. As you come to stillness here, let's bring our hands off towards the right, landing in a side stretch. Try to feel grounded evenly through both of your feet, so inside and outside of each foot. Bring yourself back to center. Let's take those hands to the other side, reaching and stretching from your waist. Lengthen your side body, arm and fingers, hips. Bring yourself back onto the center, back into a fold. Take a half lift here, maybe hands to your shins. Try to lift your spine and lengthen through your spine. Plant your hands. Let's take our right foot back. Right knee will lower. And bend and straighten your front leg. So if your knees are sensitive, feel free to grab a blanket to do a little bit of padding here for the knees. And if you do have yoga blocks, if the ground is feeling really far away from you, maybe bring your hands on the blocks so you have a little bit of support on this one. Let's take a moment. Begin to straighten your front leg and then fold over. Bring yourself into a runner stretch. Let your spine relax. Try to relax the back of your head and relax the back of your neck. Bending into your left knee, let's begin to draw the hips forward and down for a moment. So that's going to bring you into a really nice hip flexor and psoas stretch on the right side. Come into table. Bring your left knee to meet your right knee. Working with cat and dog, lower your stomach down, lift up through your heart. Tailbone will lower and crown of the head will lower. And then let's flow through cat and dog stretch for a moment. Lengthening as you inhale. Lengthening as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on the exhale, really rounding your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Let's come into a neutral spine here. Bring your right foot up in between the hands. We're just going to take that nice big step through. Bend and straighten your front leg. And then as you're flowing here, moving with the breath, inhaling and exhaling. Let's straighten out that front leg. Fold yourself over, let your spine relax. Relax the back of your head and relax the back of your neck. And then bending into your front knee, let's take those hips forward and down. And then let's begin to release. We're going to come on forward into a forward fold. Let's take a half lift here, lifting your spine, lengthening your spine, fold yourself down. Let's come on up. We'll rise for mountain as you inhale. Take your hands at your heart space as you exhale. Hands will sweep up. Breathe in. Hold yourself down. Breathe out. Let's take a half lift. Plant your hands and right foot takes a step back. Let's take that right knee right down to the mat. Bring your hands to the sky. We'll try a knee down warrior. We'll come into Anjane Asana. Try to let your hips come forward and down. Maybe try to be on the upper part of your right knee. It tends to be a little bit softer part of the knee. Let's bring the hands down. We are going to press into a down dog as you exhale. and take it out a little bit in your down dog. So maybe bend one knee and bend the other knee. Relax your head yes, and relax your head no. Coming into stillness here, let's take our right leg to the sky, bringing you into a 3-limbed dog. Right foot steps to the top of the mat. Left knee will lower. Hands to the sky as you breathe in. We'll try that knee down warrior on the other side. Let's try to square the hips and the shoulders forward here. So left shoulder forward, left hip comes forward, right shoulder back, and then right hip comes back. Bringing your hands down to the mat. Let's take our left foot forward, coming into a fold. Take a half lift. Hold yourself down. Let's rise for mountain as you inhale. Hands at the heart space as you exhale. Hands will sweep up. Breathe in. Fold yourself down. Breathe out. Take a half lift here. Plant your hands and left foot back. Left knee will lower. Hands will reach the sky as you inhale. Feel your core engage. Feel your tailbone tuck. Feel the navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. Hands will come down. Let's take ourselves back into down dog. So left foot is lifting up and right foot meets it. Shake it out in down dog, bending one knee and bending the other knee. Let's take ourselves to stillness here. Left foot to the sky, 3-limbed dog, and then left foot floats it through. Knee down warrior on the other side. Let's feel our shoulders relax from the ears. We'll create a little space between the ears and the shoulders and feel the shoulder blades moving down the back. Hands lower down. Let's take right foot to meet left. Come back to your fold. Take a half lift here. Hold yourself down. Let's come on up. We're going to rise for mountain pose as you inhale. Take your hands at your heart space as you exhale. Let's try another one of those. So those are called knee down Sun Salutations. And they're really great. You know, after work, we're probably sitting and our hip flexors and psoas shorten and the quads shorten as well. So this one is really nice for lengthening and it's just going to create a little bit more balance in the body. So you're going to take those hands to the sky as you breathe in. Hold yourself down as you breathe out. Let's take our halfway lift, grounding to your hands. Right foot back, right knee will lower. Hands to the sky as you inhale. And then relax your shoulders from your ears. Create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Let's bring ourselves back to a down dog as you exhale. Right toes will curl under. Left foot meets that right foot. Let's take our right leg to the sky. This time we will bend the knee, stack open through the hips. We'll get a little hip opener here. Square yourself back to center. Float that foot forward. Left knee will lower. Hands to the sky as you breathe in. Try to feel that the arms are framing the ears. So you want to feel that the arms are really active. Fingers are active. Reach and stretch through your fingertips. Bring your hands down. Let's take that left foot to meet right foot. Come to your fold. Half lift here. Fold it down. Let's rise, mountain. Hands at the heart space as you exhale. Hands will sweep up. Breathe in. Fold it down. Breathe out. Take that half lift. Let's ground into our hands. Left foot back this time. Left knee will lower. Hands to the sky as you breathe in. Feel yourself breathing into your stomach, ribs, and chest, and then releasing from your chest, ribs, and the stomach. Let's take ourselves back to down dog as you exhale. Last leg to the sky. Let's bend, stack, and open. Float that foot back on through. Runner's lunge, right knee lowers. Hands to the sky as you inhale. Try to feel the breath flowing in and out through the nose. Lengthen on in-breath, lengthen on out-breath. Hands are going to come down. Let's take our right foot to meet our left foot. Land in your fold. Take that half lift. Fold yourself down. Let's come on up. Core engages. Move with your breath. Hands at your heart as you exhale. Let's take a little side stretch for the spine. So hands will sweep to the sky, and then right hand will reach for your left wrist. We'll sweep those arms up. Right hand for your left wrist. Cross your legs. Take your left foot to the right. Lengthen and release off towards the right. Let's try to breathe here. Ground evenly through both of your feet, so inside and outside of each foot. Bring yourself back to center. Let's change up the grip in the hands and release to the left. Almost imagine that this left hand could pull your right hand to the left side of the room. Come back to center. Let's release the hands. We'll do a reset on our feet, and then trying that one on the other side. Hands will sweep up. Last hand for your right wrist. Right foot to the left. Lengthen and release to the left. Maybe imagining you could create a little space in between the ribs. Bring yourself back to center. Change up the grip in the hands. Release off towards the right. And release. Let's float ourselves back to center. Feet reset, hands reset, then feet a little wider than hips. We'll take arms side to side, bringing you into empty coat sleeve stretch. Great. Let's come back into stillness here. Draw your feet right in line with your hips. We're going to bring our hands onto our hips and then come into a chair pose. So begin to drop your hips back and down. Maybe gaze down. Make sure that you can see the tips of your toes. So we just don't want our knees to be moving too far forward on this one. Right, so we'll take a step back. We'll try a variation of crescent warrior. Stay here. Option to intensify. So you can take a little bend, maybe a deeper bend, and then bring your right foot to meet your left foot. And we'll come back into chair pose. Left foot takes that float back. Maybe do your little tap down. Float yourself forward. Let's go back and forth for a moment. So on these, make sure that you're breathing. Sometimes when we're really trying to focus and concentrate, we hold our breath. So we'll just keep our breath moving in and keep the breath moving out. Good. Let's come back into chair. Releasing down into a fold, and then reach for opposite elbows behind your legs. We'll just take our right hand for left elbow, left hand for right elbow. And then as you reach for the back of your legs, maybe try to straighten those legs out a little bit. See if that helps you move a little deeper into a forward fold. Hands can relax down towards the mat. Take a half lift here. Fold yourself down and then come on up. Let's take mountain on the in-breath. Hands at your heart space on the out breath. Let's try tree pose. We'll come into Vrikshasana. For tree, you can be up on the toes of your right foot. Maybe bring your right foot anywhere on the leg that feels comfortable. We just don't want to place the foot right onto the knee joint, so below the knee or above the knee is fine. If you'd like a shoulder stretch, hands can reach to the sky as well. Find your drishti. Let's find that one spot to focus concentration, to focus awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eyes shift at all. And then from here, let's try a warrior three pose. We'll try our balance warrior. So right foot will take a little float back. Feel really grounded through all the parts of your left foot. So we'll press through the inside, through the outside. And then notice your body's natural tendency. If you tend to roll in, maybe tend to roll to the outside of the foot. From here, let's try out standing splits. You can engage your core, you'll hinge at your hips, and you'll fold yourself down. So if the ground is feeling far away here, maybe have a deep bend in your knees. You can also bring your hands on blocks for support. We'll try out some crunches. As you exhale, bring your knee into your nose, send your leg up and float it back. Exhale, round. Up and back. Let's go 3 more times here with the breath. Good. Make your way to a runner's lunge. Begin to bend and straighten your front leg. We're just going to flow with our breath here. As you exhale, feel your legs straightening. As you inhale, feel that knee bending and moving and floating forward. Let's take a moment here. Straighten your front leg, fold over your front leg for a moment. And then just try to relax your spine, relax your head, and relax your neck. Bending into your left knee, take your left hand to the sky. Let's try a runner's twist. And as you're twisting here, on the in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. On your out-breath, let your twist deepen. Hand lowers down, core engages. Let's take ourselves back on through. We'll do a reset to crescent. And then with your crescent warrior, try to feel that your right leg is really active. Try to press firmly through your heel and the back of your knee. So we just want to feel that back leg active, engaged, and energized. Keep your hands reaching to the sky. Let's spring off the right foot and then kick your right foot forward right out in front of you. Press through the heel and the back of the knee. We're going to lower it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. We'll do a reset on the feet wider than hips, and then arms side to side. Stillness here. Last leg rises when you're ready. Let's try tree on the other side. You can bring that foot anywhere that feels comfy. Maybe get your shoulders stretched. And try to roll this knee open a little bit. So we're going to just try to open up this knee so that we get a good opening in our hips. And also try to feel that the hips are even. Sometimes this hip will kind of lift up and roll up a little bit. So you may want to try to roll it down a tiny bit. Try to even off your hips and even off your low back. And we'll try warrior 3 pose from here. So you can float that left leg back. Warrior 3 pose, balancing warrior. And then warrior 3, make sure that you're breathing here. Nice deep full in-breath, nice deep full out-breath. Standing split, float yourself down. Gazing to that wall behind you. Maybe taking your gaze to the ceiling up behind the body. Let's try those crunches here. Exhale, knee into the nose. Send the leg up and back. Exhale, round. Up and back. Let's go 3 more times with the breath. Runner's lunge, release yourself back. Begin to bend and straighten the legs. So take a nice flow here for your legs, hips, and low back. Of course, take any modifications that you need to take care of your body in the pose. Straighten your front leg, fold yourself over, bringing you into a runner stretch. Spine relaxes, head, neck relaxes and releases. Bending into your right knee, let's take that right hand to the sky, find your runner's twist. Roll that right shoulder back a little bit, left shoulder under, heart is shining to the sky. Hand lowers down, core engages, take it back on through for crescent. Breathe into your stomach, ribs, and chest. Releasing from your chest, ribs, and your stomach. Let's come on forward. We're going to kick that leg right out in front. Flex your foot. Press through the heel and the back of the knee. Let's lower it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reset hands, reset feet, and then feet wider than hips. We'll take arms side to side, empty coat squeeze. As you find stillness here, let's take our feet in line with our hips, and we'll try dancer pose. We'll come into Nadarajasana. So for this one, you're going to take your right hand, reach for your right foot. Of course, you can always grab onto the wall if you need a little support. And if you want a deeper shoulder stretch, grab on the inside of your foot. That can just help you move a bit deeper into the stretch. Left hand can come out in front. Maybe take your index and your thumb to touch, coming into a mudra. We call this one our Chin Mojoyana Mudra. And then when you're ready, let's begin to kick the foot into the hand. Bring yourself forward. And try to create a little bit of a sensation of kicking your foot back and up. So it's going to give you a little bit of a back bend here. And then try to breathe into your low back, mid back, and upper back bend. Breathe into your quad stretch, hip flexor psoas stretch. And then also breathing into the strengthening for that left leg, strengthening all the muscles through your foot, ankle, and through the knee. Let's come to warrior 1 from here. So right foot back, right heel will lower, and hands reach out, breathing in. Try to ground really firmly in your feet. So we'll have that nice deep bend in the front knee. Press firmly into your back foot. Breathe into your calf stretch. Breathe into the hamstring stretch. Right hand can move down your back. So we'll let our left hand draw us into the stretch. It's going to look a little like that. So right hand down your back. Left hand draws you into the stretch. Release your shoulders here. Try to broaden the heart. Hands extending to the sky. Breathe in. Now opposite hand floats down. Left hand down. Right hand draws you in. Relaxing those shoulders from the ears. Inhaling and exhaling. Back on through for warrior 1. Let's open to warrior 2 pose. So in warrior 2, you may have to readjust the feet a little bit. Have your front foot pointing forward. Have your front heel lining up with your back arch. And then feel that your shoulders are over your hips. Let's try reverse warrior 2. Float your front hand up and back. Back hand can glide down your back leg. Maybe wrap your arm around your low back. Maybe reach for the other hip crease. Bring yourself back to center. Core engages. Warrior 2. Take yourself down to a lateral angle. And then maybe bring your hand down for extended lateral angle. Trying not to collapse here into the bottom shoulder. Try to create a little lifting here and a little bit of lengthening here in the stretch. Core engages. Let's float ourselves back and through. Straighten your front leg. Front hand up. Front hand back. Reaching and stretching from your waist. Lengthen the side body, arm, and fingertips. Let's come back on through. We're going to try pyramid from here. So for pyramid, right foot will take a hop forward. Not all the way to the top of the mat, but we're just going to hop it forward a little bit. Try to square your hips and your shoulders forward. So try to draw that right hip forward, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, left hip back. Hands to the sky as you inhale. Fold yourself down as you exhale. Maybe playing with the weight in the feet on this one. So you can draw your weight forward into your toes. Maybe send your weight back into your heel. Maybe shift the weight to the right or the left to see how that might change up the stretch in your body. Left hand rises to the sky as you exhale. Let's take a pyramid twist. And then as you're twisting here, let's try to lengthen your spine as you breathe in. Let your twist deepen as you breathe out. Right leg lifts up, hold on to your twist. Let's take a revolve, balancing half moon pose. And then trying to lift that leg as high as you can. Breathe into your stomach, ribs, and your chest. We are just going to gently release this one down into a fold. Maybe take your feet a little wide here. So maybe one foot to one side of the mat, one foot to the other side of the mat, and then shake it out a little bit. Bending one knee, bending the other knee. Relax your head yes, and relax your head no. Let's toe heel the feet in so that they are lined up with our hips. Take a half lift. Fold yourself down, mountain as you inhale. Hands at the heart space as you exhale. Last hand for your left foot. Let's try dancer on the other side. And then as you try this, hand reaches and stretches out in front. Index and thumb come together. Find your mudra. Kick the foot into the hands. And our mudra is really good for calming the mind and the body, trying to soothe tension, helping us focus and concentrate in the pose as well. Let's bring ourselves to warrior one from here. So we'll take our left foot back, left heel lowers, hands reach up as you breathe in. And then as you're grounding here in your feet, drop in, connect with your breath. Inhale and exhale. We'll take our left hand down our back. Right hand will draw you into that stretch. We'll try that shoulder release here. Hands extending to the sky, and then right hand draws down your back. And release. Let's bring those hands to the sky as you inhale. We'll open into warrior two as you exhale. Again, maybe readjusting your feet a little bit, grounding firmly. Try to feel your hands reaching forward and back, shoulders over your hips. And then in time, trying to square your hips and your shoulders off to the left side of the room. Let's try reverse warrior two. Float that front hand up and back. Try to keep it deep into your front knee. Body's natural tendency is to straighten the front leg a little bit. So we'll just keep that knee bending and keep that knee moving forward. We'll do a little windmill through for a lateral angle. So arms down onto your leg. You can also bring your hand down to the yoga mat. Try to create almost like a twisting sensation on this one. So you want to try to roll our top shoulder open and our top hip open, letting that bottom shoulder and then bottom hip rolling under. Core engages. Bring yourself back on through. Straighten your front leg. Front hand up, front hand back. Reverse triangle stretch. Coming up to neutral, let's set up for pyramid. So left hip's gonna take that hop forward, not all the way to the top of the mat, but just a little step forward. Try to square those hips and shoulders forward. Back foot is pointing up the yoga mat. Hands to the sky, let's breathe in. Fold yourself down, let's breathe out. And then as you're folding here, maybe just notice in your body where you're feeling the stretch. So we all experience each pose really differently. Maybe feeling the stretch through the backs of your legs, maybe through your low back, maybe through the back of the neck as you let your head relax and let your head release. Right hand to the sky on exhale, let's take a twist. And then as you're twisting here, breathe into your stomach, ribs and chest, releasing from your chest, ribs and your stomach. Left leg can rise when you're ready. We'll come into that revolve, balancing half moon pose. Maybe trying to challenge yourself, seeing if you can lift that leg a little higher as you're twisting off to the right side of the room. We'll gently unwrap our pose, landing in a fold with the legs wide. So left foot can hop to the left side of the mat, right foot can hop off to the right side of the mat. And then maybe bending those knees out, relaxing your head yes, and relaxing your head no. Let's toe heel the feet in, landing in our forward fold, grounding into your hands, and let's push back to a down dog as you exhale. Right leg to the sky, let's bend the knee, we're gonna stack and open through the hip, float that knee through, coming into pigeon. So to start, let's take our right knee to our right wrist, and then your lower leg will be at a bit of an angle, so that right ankle is gonna be near your left hip. And you can always readjust the body and try to feel that you can square yourself forward on this one. We don't want to be leaning to one side or dumping the weight off on one side. Let's take a nice full breath here to lengthen. Fold yourself down as you exhale. And then as you're folding down here, try to relax Your body, let your eyebrows and jaw relax and release. Try to relax the back of your head and neck. Relax your shoulders, arms, and hands. Relax the upper, mid, and low back. Relax your legs and feet of any tension. Let's begin to release. We will come into a down dog as you exhale. So curling your toes under, lifting up to down dog. Last leg will reach to the sky. Let's bend, stack open. Float your knees through. We'll take our left knee to our left wrist. Take your left heel near your right hip. Square yourself forward here. Take a nice full breath. Lengthen and fold yourself down as you exhale. And then maybe closing your eyes here. Try to relax the eyebrows, relax your jaw. Try to clear your minds of thoughts. We always have thoughts moving through the mind, maybe thoughts for the past, thoughts for the future. Try to release your thoughts, bring your awareness to the breath, bring your awareness to the present moment. And remembering the present moment, the only moment where life truly exists. And then let's begin to release. We are going to come on up and taking a seated fold with the legs wide. So you can spin up to the right side of your yoga mat. We are going to extend those legs out nice and wide, and then you can kind of just inch those heels out. You can also use your hands to draw the heels a little bit further from one another. Take a full breath here to lengthen, and let's walk ourselves down, seated, wide-legged fold. And just noticing in your body where you're feeling the stretch, because we all experience each pose really differently. And then releasing, let's come on up through the spine. With the help of the hands, you can sweep your legs to the top of your mat. Give the legs a bit of a shake out here. And let's bring ourselves down onto our back. And then as you come down onto your back, take your knees into your chest, hug them in. Gently rock to the right, and then gently rock to the left. And then as you're rocking here, maybe feeling a nice gentle massage along the low back from the earth. Release your knees to the right. Let's bring ourselves into a spinal twist. Gaze off your left shoulder. Allow for your eyes to close. Breathe in and breathe out. Let your core engage, and then as your core engages, let that draw you back to center. Release your knees to the opposite side. And then gently release. Let's bring ourselves back to center, back onto your back. Take your knees to your chest. Gently rock to the right and to the left. And then bring yourself into circles here. Maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. And then flow in the other direction. And then releasing, let's come into Shavasana here. We'll come into the resting pose of our practice. So for Shavasana, this is an amazing opportunity to integrate all of the benefits of our time on the yoga mat. So you can relax your arms and your legs. If your low back is sensitive or muscles are a little tight, it might feel nice to bend your knees and to plant your feet. And we'll just give ourselves a few moments here to close the eyes. So let yourself relax in the moment. Let's begin to gently deepen the breath. So maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Making your way to your side, you can come into a fetal position. So maybe create a little pillow with your lower arm. Gently support your head and feel your body take the shape of the pose. Coming up to seated when you're ready. And as you come to seated, maybe sitting on your block or your blanket, just so that you can be nice and comfortable. Draw your hands into the heart space in prayer and Anjali Mudra. Thanking yourself for practicing yoga today, for doing something so good for your mind, body, and spirit. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. It's great to be here with you. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.